The water cycle. Hello, kids! You may think that every drop of rain that falls from the sky or each glass of water that you drink is brand new, but it has always been here and is a part of the water cycle. The water cycle describes how water is not only always changing forms, liquid water, ice, and vapor, but also moving around all over the world, above, on, and underground. This process is always happening everywhere, be it in your body, or on your lawn, or in the clouds, or in the swimming pool. Life on, in, and above the earth depends on the water cycle. The earth has a limited amount of water. That water keeps going around and around and around and, well, you get the idea, in what we call the water cycle. The water cycle has no starting point. This cycle is made up of a few main parts: evaporation and transpiration, condensation, precipitation, collection. As the word cycle suggests, there is no starting point. This means that we can begin at any point and follow its path until it gets to where we started again. But we'll begin in the oceans, since that is where most of Earth's water exists. Let us begin with the oceans and large water bodies. Energy from the sun heats up the surface of the earth, causing the temperature of the water in our rivers, lakes, and oceans to rise. When this happens, some of the water evaporates into the air, turning into a gas called vapor. Plants and trees also lose water to the atmosphere through their leaves. This process is known as transpiration. As water vapor rises up high into the sky, it cools and turns back into a liquid, forming clouds. This process is called condensation. Currents high up in the air move these clouds around the globe. When too much water has condensed, the water droplets in the clouds become too big and heavy for the air to hold them, and so they fall back down to earth as rain, snow, hail, or sleet, a process known as precipitation. The fallen precipitation is then collected in bodies of water, such as rivers, lakes, and oceans, from where it will eventually evaporate back into the air, beginning the cycle all over again. How it is collected depends on where it lands. Some will fall directly into lakes, rivers, or the sea, from where it will evaporate and begin the cycle all over again. If the water falls on vegetation, it may evaporate from leaves back into the air, or trickle down to the ground. Some of this water may then be taken up by the plant roots in the earth. In cold climates, the precipitation may build up on land as snow, ice, or glaciers. If temperatures rise, the ice will melt to liquid water and then soak into the ground or flow into rivers or the ocean. Water that reaches land directly may flow across the ground and collect in the oceans, rivers, or lakes. This water is called surface runoff. Some of the precipitation will instead soak or infiltrate into the soil, from where it will slowly move through the ground until eventually reaching a river or the ocean. And there you have it, gang, the ongoing water cycle.